when someone is always in your mind, without any communication, it means something deeper is happening inside you and around you. Because have you ever experienced this strange feeling where someone remains constantly present in your thoughts, even though there is absolutely no communication between you both? They do not call you, they do not text you, they do not appear in your daily life at all. Yet somehow they remain in your mind, day after day, and moment after moment, as if your heart refuses to silence their presence. You wake up and they are the very first thought. You move through your day, and they quietly sneak into your mind during the smallest moments like a whisper you cannot control. You try to sleep and their image, their voice, or simply the energy of their presence returns again and again. And this can be deeply confusing. Because why would someone you are not in contact with occupy so much mental and emotional space inside you? Why does your heart keep them alive inside you even when silence stands between you both? The truth is that when someone is always in your mind without any communication, it is not accidental. It is not a coincidence. It is not imagination. It has meaning. It speaks of something deeper than daily conversation or physical presence. And this is where the human mind and the human heart reveal their hidden truths. 1. Meaning is the power of emotional imprint. Because when someone enters your life and touches you emotionally, whether through love, friendship, closeness, comfort, or even a short connection, they leave an imprint inside you. The human brain is naturally designed to hold on to experiences that are charged with strong emotion because emotion is the ink that writes deepest into memory. When someone makes you feel something powerful, whether happy, excited, loved, hurt, inspired, or confused, your mind continues to replay that connection in an effort to understand it, relive it, or resolve it. Even if communication ends, the emotional mark remains alive, and that is why you still think of them. It means this person has left a lasting emotional fingerprint on your heart, and your mind keeps revisiting it over and over, guiding you back to something your soul has not fully processed. And psychology confirms that emotional memory is far stronger than logical memory, which is why returning thoughts feel so natural and uncontrollable. Another meaning is unfinished business between souls. Because sometimes when you cannot stop thinking of someone, it indicates something important was left incomplete. Maybe the relationship ended suddenly. Maybe words were left unsaid. Maybe your true feelings were never fully expressed. Silence does not erase what is incomplete. Instead, it forces the mind to circle back, searching for closure or understanding. Your thoughts become a way of keeping the connection emotionally alive, even when communication has disappeared. And in many cases, the mind refuses to accept an ending because the soul feels the story is not finished. This is why the thought of them returns. Not because you are weak, but because your emotions feel there is still something meaningful, unresolved, and psychology shows that unresolved emotions continue looping in the mind until they find clarity, healing, or a new direction. Another powerful truth is the possibility of a deep subconscious bond. Because when someone is always in your mind without communication, it can reflect a connection that goes beyond physical interaction. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you think of a person intensely, and then they suddenly message you or appear unexpectedly, or you sense something is happening in their life, even without being told? This is not random. Science calls it intuition, shaped by subconscious patterns and sensitivity, while spirituality calls it energy connection. The idea is simple. When two souls are deeply connected, physical silence cannot cut the invisible thread between them. Your mind picks up on their emotional frequency, and this creates recurring thoughts. Modern psychology also supports that when two people share deep emotional energy, the brain holds their presence in long-term subconscious memory, which even without triggers, there is also the mirror of your own feelings. Because when someone is always on your mind, it often says more about you than about them. It means your own feelings are active and alive. Maybe you are in love. Maybe you are longing. Maybe you are hurting, healing, or trying to understand yourself through the connection. The person becomes a symbol of something you desire, miscrave, or fear. It does not always mean they are thinking of you. It may mean you are carrying emotions that never found a home. Thoughts then become like a mirror reflecting your hidden needs, unspoken hopes, and buried desires. Psychology teaches that the mind repeats what the heart is trying to express, and you may be thinking of them because you are seeking emotional completion, clarity, or direction. There is also the law of attraction at work because the universe operates on energy, and one of its strongest principles is that what you focus on, you attract more of. When you continuously think of someone, you are sending strong emotional energy toward them. This energy can sometimes pull them back into your life through random messages, sudden encounters, dreams, or unexpected communication. Your thoughts act like a silent magnet because emotion carries vibration, and vibration influences connection. Many people believe that when someone is always in your mind, you may also be present in theirs. And while this may not always be literal, it shows that emotional energy creates invisible pathways that shape future moments in ways we cannot predict logically. Another meaning is the battle between mind and heart. Because when someone remains in your thoughts without communication, it usually means your logical mind and your emotional heart are not aligned. The mind says move on because there is no contact, but the heart whispers no, this person still matters, and the silent tug of war between logic and emotion makes their presence heavy in your thoughts. The absence of communication does not erase emotional need. In fact, silence can make desire louder because the human heart feels more intensely in the absence of closure. This inner conflict is part of why their memory stays alive inside you. Your feelings are not ready to release. What your mind is trying to bury, there are also hidden lessons in the connection, because sometimes a person appears in your thoughts repeatedly because your soul is trying to teach you something through them. Not every connection is meant to become a relationship. Some are meant to trigger growth, healing, or awakening. Thinking of someone without communication may mean you are supposed to learn patience, self-worth, acceptance, emotional strength, or boundaries. They may represent a stage in your journey, an unresolved wound, or a reminder of the kind of love you desire, or the kind of pain you must release. The mind continues to bring them back until the lesson is understood and integrated inside you. And this is supported by psychological theories showing that the mind repeats emotionally charged themes until personal growth takes place. Another layer is the mystery of telepathic energy, because throughout history people have described powerful experiences of sensing each other without speaking. Lovers, friends, and family members, separated by time, distance, or silence, often report thinking of one another at the exact same moment. Some call it telepathy, others call it emotional resonance, and some call it the invisible power of human connection. When someone stays in your mind constantly, it may mean your energy fields are still connected and you are exchanging signals without words. Silence outside hides the silent conversation happening inside the heart and the subconscious mind. Spiritually, it may mean there is a purpose in your connection, because many spiritual traditions teach that when a person remains in your mind without communication, it is a sign that your souls share a deeper journey. You may have a soul contract or karmic bond from past emotional energy, and until that energy becomes balanced or complete, their presence stays active in your consciousness, reminding you that your journey with them is not yet finished. It does not always mean romance. Sometimes it means closure, healing, or mutual growth. So what should you do when someone is always in your mind, even in silence? The first step is honest reflection. Ask yourself what they represent inside your emotional world: love, pain, longing, confusion, healing, or hope. Understanding this reveals the real reason they stay in your thoughts. The next step is seeking closure, and if communication is not possible, use healthy emotional release through writing, meditation, prayer, or deep reflection, because expressing emotion frees the mind, and fighting the thoughts only strengthens them. Allowing them gently reduces their emotional power. Focusing on yourself is also essential, because using the memory of this person as inspiration for growth helps you evolve emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And trusting timing is important, because if they are meant to return, they will, and if not, life will naturally replace the constant thoughts with new experiences. Growth in people who resonate with your journey. In closing, when someone is always on your mind without any communication, it means the connection is still alive in memory, emotion, or energy. It does not guarantee they are meant to be with you, but it means they have touched your soul in a way silence cannot erase. Instead of fearing these thoughts, embrace them as a sign that you are capable of deep feeling, that your heart is alive, and that the universe is reminding you of the invisible threads that tie human beings together. Constant thoughts of someone are simply the heart's way of showing you the power of true emotional connection and the depth of your own inner world. And if you are curious about the hidden truths of the mind and heart, then stay connected and continue exploring the mysteries that shape your emotional life.